Not all nanofish are created equally, and basically this video, you can learn from all of my mistakes. Welcome to or welcome back to the Small Scape, and today's video is 10 things I wish I would have known before getting nanofish. And before I continue, make sure you leave your suggestions, share your good advice with everybody else. What things did you learn after the fact, and what would you like to share with class? We'll leave it down below for all of us to enjoy your mistakes and prevent us from making further mistakes. But without further ado, I hope this is a short video with a whole lot of good knowledge and fun facts about little nanofish. Let's start off with number one. This is my favorite lesson I ever learned, and that is make sure you know what your little friends will be eating. What do they require to eat? Case in point, the biggest lesson I ever learned, pea puffers. What do they eat? They like live foods. One of their favorite things are snails. Keep that in mind. What do they eat? It also causes some extra maintenance. It can cause your tank to be a little bit dirtier with little snail shells, or even if you're going to be feeding them bloodworms or whatever they require to eat, can cause you additional maintenance. Leads me to number two. Well, if you do have fish that require certain foods, make sure you know what foods your other tank mates are going to eat. Also a lesson with pea puffers. I had my pea puffers, eeny and meeny, and then who did I have? I added I think it's Nanochromis splendens that I added. Beautiful fish, but guess what? They also ate snails, and they would steal the snails from my little pea puffies, and that didn't work very long. The Nanochromis definitely had to move to a different tank. Keep that in mind so you don't have any fighting or extra stress. Number three, definitely make sure, how fast do these fish swim? It's a question to ask yourself before you get these fish. Whatever fish you're looking at, do your research, find out, are they fast swimmers, slow swimmers? Personally, for me, I started off with Danios. Those were some of my first fish that I ever got, and they're very fast swimmers. If you like a nice chill tank, really relaxing to just kick back, relax, and watch your tank, you may not want fast swimmers. Betta fish are really fun to watch. I really love them, how they just kind of chill. They just kind of float around the tank. Extra calming. But do you want a lot of activity in your tank, or do you just want a chill tank? Keep that in mind. Number four, before you pick a nanofish, do you want a schooling fish? Do you want a fish that does not school? Does that bother you if they don't school? I personally, I love to have, especially as I move to larger nano tanks toward the 20-gallon size, I like fish that school. Like the smallest schooling fish that I have, and really that I think that there exists in the freshwater world, is the dwarf rasbora. Love those fish, and they school. Are they as colorful as their, kind of like their cousins? They look almost identical to the chili rasbora. Chili rasbora have more color, but I find that the dwarf rasboras kind of school way better, and I really do like to see that activity and that kind of personality and behavior. It's the word I'm looking for. The behavior of a schooling fish. It's just really fun to watch. My black neons, I frequently catch myself looking at because they're just so beautiful, moving throughout the tank in a little posse. Number five, before you pick out nanofish, keep in mind, do you want friends for them at some point? No matter how many nanofish you're looking at, do you want to eventually have other fish in the tank? Do you have other fish in the tank? Some fish I think look really great, especially at Aquashella. There was a specific tank. Everybody loved it. There was only one type of fish. It wasn't a nano tank, but one type of fish, and boy, was it striking. If you are going to be having other fish in there, you have to do your research and make sure that these little friends get along with new friends or old friends. Especially when you're talking nanofish, make sure that they don't fit inside the mouths of other fish. That's a really good rule of thumb. Number six, before you pick out a nanofish, know what is best for those fish and how they are most comfortable. Not only will that help them live longer, it will help make you see them more, which you're going to appreciate actually seeing the fish that you get. Can you keep them single? Should you keep them in pairs? Maybe a trio is better. Female to male ratio, make sure that you know that. Like guppies, the males will pester the females, so you definitely want more females to males. And then Do some really prefer to be in a school? And a lot of the nano fish really do prefer a school, and that's like usually how I like to keep them. And it's just more fun to watch, and they're way more comfortable. You're gonna see them and be able to appreciate them. Number 7, this is a good one that I've learned. Probably well, not that I've learned it, it's just that I've gotten it through my thick skull, is definitely know where will your fish swim in your tank. Are they bottom dwellers? Do they swim kind of mid-range or all the way at the top? Maybe they swim throughout. That will not only determine, I think, how you scape the tank, the height of your plants and your driftwood. If you have, say, rice fish, a lot of my rice fish kind of tend to swim toward the top. Killifish will swim towards the top. And if you have a very low-lying scape, there's going to be a whole lot of interest in that tank in the middle that you don't have any interest in. So an area in the middle of your tank that you have no interest in. It's just kind of a helpful tip to kind of match your aquascape with your fish behavior. Where are they in the tank? Number 8, know if your fish will jump. Huge tip, you don't want to lose your new fish that you've just gotten. A lot of particular fish, bettas, can jump. You want to keep a lid on most tanks with a betta. And the rainbow fish are notorious for jumping out of a tank. Shellies really want to jump out of the tank. That will also determine the scape that you have. If you love to have branches and driftwood and plants and good stuff popping out of your tank, not going to be a good choice for certain kinds of fish. And then also, if you want certain fish in a maybe like a bookshelf tank, an odd size tank that does not come equipped with a matching lid, that's going to be extra expense or time or work for you to either cut your own lid or have one made. It's just extra work. So then you maybe probably want to go with like a kit tank that has a particular a matching lid and it looks all nice and neat and orderly. Number 9, whatever fish that you pick, if you're really looking for a big wow, a big impact with these little fish, you want to keep in mind what substrate color are you using and what background are you using. Do you have a particular scape in mind? Do you really want a new scape? You have to determine which one you're going for most. Do you want the particular fish or do you want a particular substrate or background color? Sometimes they don't match. They can either match too close, you won't see your fish, which is a big bummer, you don't want that, or the scape can totally wash out your fish. My Batis asamensis, he has moved from a black substrate to a very light, almost white substrate, and he completely changed colors. He is now very light colored. If I didn't want that, I would say, hey, I really want him on a black background. A lot of the fish, the colors will show up way better with dark substrate and dark background. So just keep that in mind if you really want to see your fish. Do some research, look at pictures online, that can help too, Google, and the background color that they frequently show in a tank, that can kind of give you a hint as to the color that they're really going to show best on. Number 10, and then I think I'm going to have a bonus because I don't think I included it already, but you should definitely keep in mind. Number 10, know the behavior and the personality of your fish. Is it a shy fish? I have gotten so many little nano fish before that they warned me, you know what, you're not going to see them a lot. The clown pleco, infamous. You get a clown pleco, you put it in your tank, bye-bye. You don't see your clown pleco, except every once in a while. It's a special day, a special moment when you actually get to see your clown pleco. But you don't really get to appreciate it every day. If that's a big bummer for you, you may not want a clown pleco. The other one was a pygmy sunfish. Oh, cutest little fish I ever saw once. Very rarely saw it, but it can also help you determine how are you going to scape the tank. So maybe you can kind of strategically scape it so you can maybe sneak around back and kind of spy them. Just something to keep in mind. Here's your bonus tip that I don't think I included specifically, but especially nano fish. If you really want to see them, say they're by your couch or they're by somewhere where you can kind of see them, but maybe you appreciate them from afar, you definitely will have to keep in mind, what color are they? Are you actually going to see them from any distance away? You may want to choose some more colorful fish, like the exclamation point rasbora, really cute. really tiny. Will you see it from far, midway away, from any distance away? Maybe not. Not a whole lot of color. You may want to choose something with a lot of beautiful color. The green neon, best fish in the world. If you have like a 20-gallon, you can't go wrong with the green neon. But best color for tiniest fish, the Ember Tetra, beautiful solid orange color. You're gonna get your money's worth with those little suckers. And the Chili Rasbora has they're really super tiny and skinny, but really great red color. Do you really want to see them, and do you have to see your little fish, your little fishy friends from any distance away whatsoever? You may want to go with a little brighter, bolder kind of color. So I hope these tips have helped you, and leave some of your comments down below so we can all learn from your mistakes, if you've made any. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.